This is the Gur camp. It's a family residence that makes some money by accommodating visitors, tourists, travelers. I wouldn't call anybody a tourist if they're on tour coming here, because this is a journey with great difficulty. These Gurs, the ones we're in, have got no stoves, no heating, but with 2 sleeping bags and a couple of blankets, pillows, the sleeping arrangements are fine. There is electricity at night generated by a battery which has been fueled by solar panels. Life is very, very primitive. You've got the luxury here of 2 types of toilets, the crouch toilet and a sit-down toilet, outdoors, but the entrance is facing away from the prevailing wind, which here is west-northwest. I had the coldest shower of my life in that blue building in the background. It's gravity fed with water from a tank just above the roof. My fingers were numb. I was in the shower and I had a cold shave, washed my clothes, keeping clean at any cost. Most of these Gur camps are no frills outfits. 1 or 2 might give you a big Gur where you could sit down at a table, there's some heating, and there can be hot water. But that's very rare in the Gobi Desert. And we're afflicted by a very biting, racing wind. And staying here is a place devoid of luxuries. I've managed to wash my clothes. They're drying on the Gur just to the right of the vehicle. You can see my smalls pinned to the Gur with the rubber string bands around the temporary homes. I've had the roof closed down to keep the heat in. And life here is extremely primitive. These people must be half undressed when they go into toilet in January when there's snow over the ground. This is the Gobi. We're about 1,200 meters above sea level here. This desert is, I think, a temperate to a cold desert. Although it might reach 38 degrees here in July, August, the average is 30. But in winter it drops down to -10 to -20. So I don't think it's a hot desert as we know them. But it was featured on a hot desert map of the world that I used in lessons on the internet. So this Gur is at one of the main draws in Mongolia. People come here to see these sand dunes. They're phenomenal. They're 100 kilometers in length, 12 kilometers in width, and the tallest stands at 300 meters. So this is why we're here. And we've just had a camel ride through the small sand dunes to the massive wall of dunes on these two-humped camels. So we're here for 2 nights. And it's going to be cold. I walked back from those dunes to generate heat. But due to the primitive conditions, the cold, the difficulty, the time-consuming tasks that you have in keeping clean, to wash your body in a meagerly fed shower or freezing water with your fingers numb, and to have a cold water shave, wash your clothes, it's harsh. And most traveller, tourists, holiday makers would never come here. But I think that some suffering is good for the soul, because when I get home I'm really going to appreciate even more the life I have there. I'm really enjoying this venture. Sometimes it gets bored, late afternoon, nothing to do, you're just sitting around trying to stay warm. And then you wake up in the morning all nice and warm and you dread getting out of bed into the cold, going to the toilet outside, and a cold water shower if you're dedicated to keep clean. And these tin huts in front of me, one on the right contains blankets, And this woman coming out with our, she isn't our tour guide, I don't think, but that's where they cook their meals and live. That's their kitchen in that tin shack. And here, there you are, she's waved to the camera. The Mongolians are very, very hospitable and friendly and calm and collected. It is a double-edged sword, whether you like being here or not. But it's Michael Turner from Turner's Travels at the Gur Camp with no frills, signing off.